AfterBuzzers, welcome to Season 1, Episode 9 of Rise, Totally Hosed. Today we're going to be talking about Macius finally leaving the nest. We're also going to be talking about Robbie's mom's struggle with ALS, and finally, Tracy's backroom deal. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What a beautiful song in honor of Rise. Perfect song. A lot happened in this episode, and I felt like it was like about a lot of loose ends finally being tied up. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But first, I'm your host, Mina Wahab, and to my left we have Chae.
Hi, guys.
And Becca.
Hello, what is up?
And Justin and Taylor aren't here today, but they will be joining us next week, so stay tuned for that episode. But first, let's get into overall thoughts about this episode. What did you think overall? Like, how do you feel after watching that?
I'm upset that they try to censor a musical. I'm really upset by that fact. Especially after seeing it, I'm just like, I wouldn't pay money for this. I'm sorry to tell you this. I really wouldn't.
They kept taking away tiny little pieces, and by the end of it, okay, why don't you just change the entire play by now?
I pay money because it's like a comedy routine.
A bad one. I mean, maybe if I was going to watch something bad, like knowingly, I might put money down on that.
Yeah, but with those, it has to be like so terrible that it's okay to watch. Like, Disaster Artist. Well, The Room. I mean,
I've never seen it.
Like, it has to get like that cult following where you purposely go see it because you know how bad it is.
It's bad.
Right?
The one that has like good singing. So.
But the thing is, like, when for some people, like, people say, "Oh, this is terrible," but for you, you might think, "Oh, it's good." So it always depends on who thinks what's terrible. What's terrible for you and what's terrible for me are two different things.
Art is very subjective.
That's true.
That is correct. But what's not subjective is how sad it is that Macius is leaving the nest. Well, I guess that's technically subjective too. But
he's not leaving no nest.
He finally gets to be reunited. I mean, his new nest. Yeah, he finally gets to be reunited with his biological mom, but at the expense of leaving the Mazzu family. Did that pull at your heartstrings at all?
I don't want him to leave. I think it's good for him to be with the Mazzu family.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel that. And Chae also, during watching the show behind the scenes, she was saying, like, is it weird if he gets with the sister if he becomes adopted? And I was like, ew, Chae, stop. Let's not go there.
No, obviously she has a crush on him, and obviously she does want him to stay. So the thing is, if he's adopted, technically they're not breaking no rules. Because it's not by blood. But that was just a passing thought that I had.
It's still weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It still feels
it's something they might tap into. We never know on Rise, you know?
Yeah.
We never know on Rise. What's going to happen season 2, 3.
They try to cover every issue along the entire spectrum of issues. That's why it seriously reminds me of Seventh Heaven so much. It's so reminiscent of those shows where they're like, let's put in an abortion, let's put in this, let's put in this stereotype and tackle this.
And they do it well.
They do. They do. That's what I like about the show. But you know who's even better at tackling issues? Who talks about every issue along the spectrum of issues, especially when it comes to issues in Hollywood?
If we don't know, you're about to tell us.
Maria Menounos. That's right. And for those of you in our audience who want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, we have got the podcast for you. So it's called Conversations with Maria Menounos, Podcast Edition, and it's hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of life. From health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more, let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Kind of like Macius. The big brother, big sister, big sibling. It's all the same thing. So just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free, you guys. Free. Free. Can't get a better deal than that. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, let Maria know that it was us, the Rise After Show panel, that sent you there. Conversations with Maria Menounos, Podcast Edition. Check it out.
Yeah, guys, you should definitely check it out. Seriously, it's like kind of life-changing sometimes. You're just listening. She like gives you, like, she gets you. Of like, you will get caught up, and it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, you know, I would want Maria Menounos to adopt me, kind of like how Mages is getting adopted. That's
Quote unquote
yeah.
adopted.
Probably.
Mages is getting adopted. I need Maria to adopt me, so I'm putting this out into the universe right now.
Maria, if you're watching,
Maria,
adopt Mina
She's
Wahab.
she's gonna be like, who is this girl? I need to run
Crazy
for my
girl.
life now. Let's talk a little bit about Gwen and Gordy, because we felt the intensity of their passion in episodes past, but now we have this new issue of, is Gordy out of Gwen's league? Becca.
I mean, I don't think so. I haven't seen it in past episodes, to be honest.
You haven't seen the passion?
No, I haven't seen it in past episodes that, like,
Oh, like
Gordy
there's any sort
is
of, like...
out of her league.
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand where it came from, to be honest.
Well, is Gale out of Lou's league? He
Yes.
says he is, and so does Gale, but, like, do you see that at all?
Probably for when they
I
first
mean-
met. Probably, definitely.
Probably, yeah.
Lou's
But they can,
a little nerdy.
you
Like,
can work on it.
Okay,
Work
so,
on it. Make it work.
so what about Gwen and Gordy then? Do you see do you kind of see what they're saying, or is it because they see their son differently from how everyone else sees him?
I feel
Probably the second.
I seriously feel that the fact that it might have, if she was still the Gwen when the show first started, maybe if she was like that same person, but obviously she's not now.
Yeah.
So I also see that very much shifting in the sense of maybe even Gordy's too good for her in the shift of things now. He's not hiding anything about himself a little bit anymore. He understands he has a problem that he's trying to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So in the sense, maybe it's reversed.
In a way, they're meeting in the middle, right? Because
Yeah.
Gordy's like trying to better himself after like coming down, and Gwen has always been like this perfect, pure goody two shoes that has no hardships or struggles, and now she's like been faced with something very difficult for someone at her age to deal with.
Yeah.
It's having parents that have split due to cheating and infidelity. So now she's kind of like coming back down, and they're kind of like weirdly meeting in the middle in this like
They're good
strange
for
dynamic.
each other.
I love their talk though. He's just like, if I was gonna stalk anybody, I mean, you're
was-
pretty stalkable. I was just like not
That
even
was
like it's not something to be
fantastic.
creeped out about. It's something just like, dang.
That's the ultimate swag. Like
That is
nobody, nobody could have pulled that off the way he did, because he started off being like, "No, I'm not stalking you." So first of all, there's like three facets to this whole dynamic. There's the fact that he's opening up and becoming vulnerable, kind of like how Lou is talking to him at the diner, saying, "With your mom, I really opened up to her about my family. Like that's kind of how I won her over." So he
Good
does
advice.
that. He opens up to her, and then he says, "By the way, like, I'm not here for you." So the second part, playing it cool, kind of removed. Third part, showing a little bit of interest, a little bit of swag, showing that, like, he still wants her, she's still cute, she's still desirable,
Yeah.
by saying, "Yeah, but, you know, I'm not stalking you, but if I were to stalk anyone, you're pretty stalkable." And then just a little, like, kind of, like, eye thing, and then walks away. I'm like, you nailed that in every single way. No one could have done that better.
What I loved is the fact that he actually went and said, she said, you know, I know we had a moment, we had a night together, trying to make it seem like it's all about her. And he brings it back in a, like, in very polite, gentlemanly way, saying it's not all about you.
Mm-hmm.
I am still a person. I'm the other side of this whole facet that you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just about you. I'm dealing with my own stuff. But you can't see that because you're going through your own stuff. But I'm not trying to put that on you either.
But he also said that he enjoyed it, which I thought was so sweet.
That
He's
was
like,
just
it
like-
wasn't just like a fling. Like, I actually really enjoyed the time we spent together.
By
Even
a
if
They
you
helped
realize-
each other.
Yeah.
By a
but-
campfire.
Like we said in past episodes, like, they helped each other, I think, go through the struggles they were going through at the time.
Yeah.
Because both of them have had their lives change an insane amount in the past 9 episodes.
I totally agree. I wish Gordy could kind of step in and become more involved in the play in a different way.
Me too.
Like, I kind of
I was
want to see
thinking
him as
that.
like a background actor or something, where he gets a little, like,
I
gets
want
to
that next
dabble a little
season.
bit in that. So like, hopefully next season we can see that part of him blossom a bit more. So it's not just football. He'll kind of like pull a Robbie and, you know,
Yes.
become this actor persona. But let's talk about the play a little bit, because now everyone at Stanton, yeah, sorry,
The two
thinking,
T's.
thinking about
Close.
The Office right now, and Dwight and Mike, yeah, anyway. So they're in the process of revamping the show for the principal, and at this point it feels like complete censorship. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like changing everything about it. I believe the principal says something like, we just need you to take out anything that's related to homosexuality, anything
like a
related
long
to
list.
Abortion, sex, kissing,
same-sex kissing,
same-sex
sadism.
kissing.
And at that point, I'm like, do you understand what
Swear
this play is
words,
about?
profanity.
I really need you to, you know what this play is about, right? You took everything about this play that was about and tried to PG it, and it comes off
They changed
totally
Lilette's
wrong.
dress, which you had an issue with.
I did.
You said, how come they didn't change Gwen's dress? They
Gwen's
changed
dress
Lilette's
is just as short.
Although, honestly,
I don't know if it's because she's taller or not, though.
I think that Lilette's dress was a little bit more sexy and, like, scandalous than
Because the
Gwen's.
straps.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the spaghetti straps that make it sexy.
But
with Gwen, she was
I
wearing
also
this
agree with
frumpy
Chae.
thing that was like really loose
Long
and it wasn't
sleeves and
form fitting.
yeah.
And yeah, it was
But
short,
sexy,
but it's like
it was-
wearing
it
a
was-
sack.
It was still the same thing. Like, there's different versions of sexy. Like, legit, okay, so it has strapless. Okay, that's one thing, and that's sexy in its own right. But so, what dress Gwen was wearing, that is sexy in its own different way as well.
I also think it's because not only was it sexy, but she was like rubbing herself
Yeah.
like this and it's like, stop with the rubbing. So then she goes to Gwen's mom and has her adjust the dress. And during that moment, they have this beautiful heart-to-heart where, you know, they're kind of talking about the whole cheating thing that happened, and Lilette apologizes, and Gwen's mom's like, you're not your mother.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful, bright light. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts when you were watching this conversation unfold.
It's that she feels like she's responsible for her mother
Mhm.
in every way, shape, and form, because, like, she's the one calling her mother, texting her mother, trying to see where her mother is, too.
Yeah.
And her mom's not reciprocating.
Yeah.
She's
punishing her for how she
But-
acted.
but
but
that's not a mom.
It's more,
right
I
now.
mean,
That's how a child would act.
that yeah.
she was a child when she had a lit, so, I mean, that's all I'm going to say on
Yeah.
that situation.
But what do you think about the conversation between, like, that dynamic between Gwen's mom and Lilette and the words
Again, sweet.
Gwen's mom spoke to her?
I loved it. I really enjoyed it because I feel like at that moment, Lilith actually she needed a mom's touch. And obviously, since her mom is a little MIA right now, she can't really get that. And hearing it from another person, especially Gwen's mom, who was also affected by what happened, it was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Agreed.
if she's singing Mama, like, and it relates to her life, and she has to, like, sing it, feel it, deal with it every day for, like, however long her mom's been gone for, and then she gets to talk to Gwen's mom about everything, which is this very cathartic release, you know?
Yeah.
Finally.
I mean, the poor girl, she's in high school and she's being the adult.
Let's talk a little bit more about the censorship aspect of the show and kind of like the dynamic between Simon and Jeremy. 'Cause that was a big deal. I wish I wish we saw this episode last week so we could have talked to
Sean about it? Yes.
To Jeremy. Yeah, Sean Grandillo. I want to know what he would have had
Yes.
to say about that.
I thought Simon was amazing in this episode. Chae agrees with me, obviously.
I warm up to him a little bit more. I get it because obviously his family is very messed up.
Yeah.
But it's something his dad said that it got me thinking, and he's just like, I made compromises for my family.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say things like that, it's just so you're disregarding your own happiness
Mm-hmm.
for your family, which is going through its own miserable time. And
Mhm.
you're hoping that after the play's over, maybe that we'll go back to the way we were. But I feel like the crack has already been, like, set. And it just needs, like, one more thing to, like, bust it open before everything's going to split apart.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, he thinks it's just going to be, like, he's putting on a
One
brave
happy
face and a
family.
smile, and he thinks it's just going to go away and things are going
And the
to
kids know.
revert. But yeah, they do, and they feel the tension. And, I mean, do you think Simon's dad is gay?
Yes.
Like, still?
If not, there's something else that's going
He
on.
got some kinky
Big time.
features on himself if that's the case. Because if it's not that, it has to be something pretty extreme where he's just like, because when you're that rigid and that tightly wound, and then you use religion as a way to just when you use it as a way, oh, what's the word? I had it. You use it as a way to not
Deflect?
justify. To justify your decisions you're making.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is what the Bible says. And if the Bible says this, then I can't go against it. Because obviously they're very Catholic, like Simon says. So.
I just think of Simon Says now. Okay. Go
Really? Really? Okay, cool. But like, when you're like really that religious,
Mm-hmm.
and like it could have been not even just like how he teaches Simons could have been what his dad was taught when he was growing up. So it's also like a cycle that he doesn't even know how to break.
Mm-hmm.
So it just keeps going in a vicious cycle. That cycle's gonna like spin off the rails very, very soon.
Right.
Whether it's you or the mom or the daughter or Simon, somebody's gonna bust a crack through a window
Mm-hmm.
and just say, "Look, I understand. My family is important to me." We're not saying that family should not be important to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
What we're saying is your family can be important to you, but your happiness is just as important.
Yeah.
Because his happiness is, or his
I need to like
his
put
lack
this
of happiness.
in a quote of the day on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's what I need right now.
His lack of happiness
Full
is
set.
messing up the whole family.
It really
I
is.
know.
And like the whole morning of, oh, do you want French toast? Oh, darling, how are you doing? Let me help you with your homework, sweet. I am sorry. I would lose my mind.
Fake it till you make it.
They've been faking it. The faking has
It's
to
not
stop.
working.
Like after that fight, I don't see how you could fake it some more.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I am
It
am
felt
done.
It felt Stepford wivesy, but I have to say like Stepford husbandy.
very.
Because it was just like, let me just like put up this facade of perfection because I don't want to face reality because reality is too brutal and harsh and that introspection might just kill me.
I think my favorite part about Simon's family in this episode was Simon and his sister.
Yeah.
Simon comforting his sister was the sweetest thing ever.
And he's like, you could just come live with me.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah.
was the sweetest moment. Like, it really was. And
She trusts him so much, so.
it's
It's nice to
interesting
see.
that just dynamic because, you know,
Mhm.
she has Down syndrome, it seems like, and but she's a high functioning one too. So
Yeah.
it's a very interesting concept for this family, especially because they're all about perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say nothing's wrong with her at all because it's not. She's beautiful and she's so talented.
She's
Like I
adorable.
feel so much when I see her on screen. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, when you're in that situation, like I feel like she's super sensitive to feelings, especially.
Yeah. She
So when
picks
you're
up on
that
it.
sensitive, and you know something's amiss,
Yeah.
like it's gonna affect you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think really the parents really have to have a sit down. Like you really need to sit down because you're not touching me. There's no intimacy. There's no tenderness.
Yeah.
There is no what a marriage should be. I should say, like not even trying to be like idyllic perfection, separate wivey type relationship.
But the basis of a functioning, healthy marriage
Relationship.
and love life.
Yes, what that's supposed to look like, and that if that's what you're missing, and you're not getting to understand Catholic, they don't believe in divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really gonna have
They
to
don't
have
believe in a voice.
divorce.
Oh, divorce. Okay.
They don't believe in divorce.
Yeah.
And obviously, for Simon's situation, that's going to be really tough if they do decide to go in that realm
Mm-hmm.
because the walls really just going to crumble around you. Like,
Yeah.
you really have to face reality at that point.
You do. That's 100% true. And I think, you know, grappling with reality is really difficult, especially for someone like Robbie, who has to deal with his mom, who is dealing with ALS, which is a terrible, terrible disease. And
With no cure in sight.
yeah,
The
absolutely
Amazing
no
Grace.
cure.
I almost cried.
She basically, like, her muscles
It's big
are
for Shane, I'm
atrophying
kidding.
and she's withering away. And he asks her to still come to the play, and she says she will. And just that whole scene, my mascara started running. I had to go to the restroom before the show and, like, wipe it off because it was really heartbreaking. And especially, like, when he goes to Lillette beforehand and says, I know you don't need me, I need you right now. And she just holds him and comforts him. That moment was so genuine and raw and beautiful. And I feel like it was one of those raw moments on the show where, like, I genuinely, like, felt, like, so intensely
Chemistry.
in my heart watching it play out, especially with the mom and Lillette, where I was like, wow, this scene is powerful. Like, this
Yeah.
is, like, really hitting me in my heart right now. And
He had a lock. He was just like,
There's so much
can I
going
just do
on.
this for you? Like, you already know what I said, but I can't say it on the show. But at that point, Robbie gets all the love at that moment because Because, you know, Robbie comes, he sees, like, the manager, landlord, like, yelling at Lele. You have a grown man yelling at a 16-year-old, 15, 16-year-old. I have issue with that as well. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I don't care. If you're upset with my mom, I get it. That does not mean give you the right to yell at me when I am underage, one.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, like, come on. Like, I was with Robbie at that point. I'm like, yeah, Robbie, handle your business. Please handle this business for my life today. Just handle him. I know he's a grown man, but handle him.
I was scared. I understood where Lilette was coming from with that, because it felt like she didn't want him to create, like, this whole fuss, especially when she's
More
living
drama.
home alone.
That is true.
You know,
Yeah.
and this old man knows where she lives.
It has a key.
So
Oh
creepy.
my god, like, that is terrifying. So I'm so glad Robbie bought her that, like, little lock thing, the chain lock.
Yes.
Like, that's so old school, but I love those little chain locks where you
The
open it
latch.
and you're like, who is that?
I just like that he's handy like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, dude, how many facets do you have?
Yeah, I like that too. And it's weird because you know, he kind of, like, in a weird way has everything, I don't want to say has everything handed to him, but, like, in terms of socioeconomic status, he comes from a pretty, like, high-class family that has a lot of money. Like, we saw their house, we saw how his dad is. They're a little bougie. He has, like, his stepmom. His mom, on the other hand, like, feels very down to earth, and
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that is, like, how she's always been, or if it's, like, sometimes when people go through, like, traumatic experiences and experience illness or cancer or anything, then they start to become down to earth because they realize their own mortality. So it could be her personality, it could be situational, but we just, like, notice, like, this down to earth, beautiful, genuine person, and then kind of, like, the dad, who's not a bad person, but just is a little bit more
Isn't really
more
it.
bougie and, like, focused on, like,
Self-absorbed.
the end goal,
Self-absorbed,
kind
there
of.
you go.
So for me, it's so surprising to see that Robbie is so diverse in his talents, and not just that he's talented at everything, but the fact that he has the heart to back it up.
Yeah.
That's very rare.
I think it's the mom's personality for sure. Like, her real personality. Because it seems like he was raised on that.
Yeah,
You know?
totally.
Doesn't seem like a new thing that he's trying to pick up.
I mean, what do you think their dynamic was like beforehand? Because we never really see much of it. We just know what they're like at this point, and we don't see enough of their relationship, but we see enough of it to know that they're very close, and Robbie loves his mom more than anyone.
I feel
So
like
what do you
stronger
think?
than the dad and stepmom.
You think so?
Probably.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
He shaded his dad in a rap song the first
What do you
time we
think
saw him.
happened between them?
I feel like maybe when
divorce.
When she
his,
got sick?
when his mom kind of got, like, they first got diagnosed, maybe the dad couldn't really handle that, like, not having that, you know, that trophy wife next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
To
we
show
don't
off.
know, you know, how they divorced, or if they're like, obviously they're divorced, but how the stepmom came into play. But she's definitely younger
Mm-hmm.
than the mom. She's definitely younger. So I'm just like, at that point, like, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah,
but
he's
he
not.
is. He feels. I feel like the dad is
He
all
doesn't know what
about
to do.
looks and appearances, and how he should, you know, be presented to the town.
He doesn't
Right.
have the heart.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, it totally does make sense. It's like it's kind of like Simon's dad. Like, the facade is more important
reputation.
than the actual reality, and
Yeah.
that's
Cares about the
kind of
reputation.
how a lot of people, not everyone, but, like, there's a lot of people who are like that in the world, where it is about status, reputation, how you're perceived
Yeah.
by other people, instead of living life for yourself. But the one person who I feel like is trying to live life for herself is Tracy, but she does struggle with making the moral decision, I should say. And we see her kind of, you know, helping Lou with revamping the whole show. And then we see a little moment that I had to rewind while watching, because I didn't catch it the first time. But we see a moment where the principal kind of pats her on the shoulder, and Lou catches this strange interaction, which I don't even know how he's that perceptive to catch something like that. But Lou catches it, and he immediately addresses Tracy after and says, "What was that between you and the principal? Are you getting some sort of side deal out of this?"
I was shocked he caught that.
Wow. I need your thoughts.
I'm gonna let you guys go first because I have things to say. So
I already know part of your reasoning, but I mean, do you think what Tracy did, I should be more specific with my question, do you think what she did was immoral, or it was out of character for her to kind of make the changes necessary so that she can take Lou's place when she was already the drama teacher to begin with.
I don't think she wants to take his place. I think, I get that she was the drama teacher to begin with and she'd like that position back, but I think they actually have, a good thing going working together. So I don't think it's about taking his place. I think it's about just she should have maybe communicated and told him what was going on.
Maybe she hadn't decided. Maybe she hadn't decided if she was gonna take that deal, and she was just playing it by ear and trying to make the principal happy. Maybe she wasn't even gonna take that offer. You never know. Okay, Chae is skeptical. Chae, I saw your little eyebrow raise, and I can feel the sass that you're giving me right now.
Sheesh.
Tell us.
Sass? No. Seriously. Okay. What I have an issue with for Tracy in this whole realm was the fact that if you told the principal, I'm not going to do this without Lou. I will, I'll take control but I'll bring Lou in. Okay. I was like, yeah, Tracy's going to tell him. She never told him. My issue with that is the fact that you set up a deal to talk about after the show, but you were just going to make everything was still okay. It's not okay. Obviously, Lou can be obsessed about the vision that he wants for the show, and it can be very annoying at times, but that's what makes him such a good director as well. He knows how to bend and when he needs to. But, that doesn't mean you go behind his back and say, oh, if I'll help you, principal, I'll help you with this, and then I'll get your spot. Because two things for me. Mm-hmm. She wasn't the director. Mm-hmm. There was somebody else. Mm-hmm. I think somebody got fired or they died or something like that. I can't remember the first episode. I can't remember the reason.
Outcomes. Either got fired or died. Okay.
I can't remember the reason they said in the first episode. I really can't right now. I wish I could. But that person passed away or got fired, something such a situation, which is why Lou went to the principal and said, hey, can I have this spot? Because she didn't have it. Mm-hmm. Number two, I give Lou props for not being the principal gave it to me because he did not want you to have it. That's something he could have just threw out there in anger, and he never did.
Though.
Yes, it was. The principal actually said that to Lou the first episode.
He said what? That he didn't want Tracy to have.
He
the
couldn't
job?
stand Tracy. He didn't like her when she was a student there. He doesn't like her now as a teacher.
Some grudge.
You guys remember this? This actually happened? I don't remember that. That's crazy.
So that is that's why I have to give Lou props for that, because if I'm angry at you and I got ammunition to explode out of my mouth, I will use it.
You're gonna be like, he didn't even want you.
And then but I give him props for keeping that to the fold. I also feel like if he would have said that, she'd have been even more hurt. And they both still got hurt.
Okay, honestly, Lou's already done enough damage. I'm gonna have to take the counter argument here.
Okay.
How many times has Lou disregarded Tracy's vision, her input, anything she says, walked away in anger, shut her up when she's talking, interrupted her, like what I'm doing right? But how many times has he done that, and Tracy still puts up with it, she still deals with it, and she still helps him to the best of her ability without complaining?
But he changed the norm of the theater department at the school, to be honest.
He did.
Which is something she probably wanted to do, but she didn't do.
Or she probably wouldn't have done.
Because
she had favorites.
Oh, I see what you're saying. She's been in it for a while. Okay.
Because Gwen
so there's
was
good
her
and bad.
lead.
There's good and bad to each of these. I honestly would have loved to see a little bit more of Gwen.
Me too. She has a fantastic voice.
Yeah, she really does, and I love her character.
Amy.
Actually, I loved hearing Sasha sing. I will say that. That song would be so powerful if they can sing it the way it needs to be sung.
They need to have a duet.
They do. That is a duet.
Voice battle. No, between Gwen and Lillette. That's what I'm saying.
We're not going to see that this season.
They need that.
But that'd be interesting to just watch.
Duet with Lillette. Duet. Okay. I'm
wow.
going to keep the puns coming.
Wow.
Yeah. I live for Chae's facial expressions. We got to zoom in on that right now.
Could immediately? Okay. Go ahead.
But yeah, so overall thoughts about Tracy's actions. Shady or in the right?
Could have handled it better.
I definitely just feel like she could have handled it better, because if she would have been more upfront with Lou about it, I don't think it would have mattered so much now, the fact that they had to change so much. It'd been like, hey, he's trying to get me to take over after this show, after you make the changes. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you was told, but we do have to make the changes regardless of if I take the deal or not.
Yeah.
Got it. Well,
I just feel like they're all grown-ups, but also I feel like, especially when you're a teacher in high school, you legit start acting like you're in high school as well. Like, you're high school students again.
well, now she's out of the picture again.
So we see.
So, yeah.
Nah.
So it appears.
Nah.
Probably not, but I want to see what you guys think when we get into predictions right now.
I have a good prediction.
Predictions. Okay. Predictions. So, yeah, let's talk about this. What do you think is going to happen next week? Is Tracy going to... yeah, you're like...
I have a big... Wait, can I...
Yeah.
I have a big one. Okay. I think the students are going to change the play back to normal without confronting Lou and Tracy. Bam. And we talked about this, so they said it too.
Okay.
I actually agree with that assessment. Definitely because, or even if they don't, like Simon's definitely gonna kiss Jeremy regardless.
Oh, yeah.
We already see that
because we saw it in the promo.
the teaser.
So that is
yeah.
really, I'm looking forward to that. They like are just like my favorite couple right now.
Yeah.
And they have the best kiss, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. As for, I feel like True. Well, I say True. Oh, I put Tracy and Lou together. That's what happened.
True.
Tracy and Lou are gonna have a full-on
Lucy.
heart to heart, and just, you know, be adult about it, because legit you spent 3 months of your life working on the show. You really think you're gonna give it up like the
day before.
2 days before maybe opening night curtains call? Come on now.
It's going to be really hard.
It's gonna be hard. And I really hope, I want to just predict, I don't know if it's gonna happen, I hope so, Lilette Mom, she makes an appearance, Vanessa comes back.
Yeah,
Better.
She has to.
We hope, I also just really pray and hope that, you know, Robbie's mom make it to like the finale, because I know I'm gonna cry if something happens.
I don't know why, part of me is like, just to make it even more dramatic, like she's gonna have some sort of complication mid-show, and then Robbie, like, I feel like it's gonna be something super dramatic where they have to like ad-lib and incorporate it into the play, and like everything that could go wrong on opening night will always go wrong. Like, that's what I feel like when it comes to live theater. So I think that something's gonna go wrong.
I could see that.
And they're gonna have to figure out a way to ad-lib and incorporate it into the play once everything hits the fan. But you guys definitely think they're gonna stick to the original script?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone?
If not, then just Simon.
Okay.
Because at that point, he's like, he does have a point. Like, for 3 months, you told us how important it was to have our voices heard, to do this play, to be a part of something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as, you know, the PTA, the big bad PTA comes, you're changing everything up. You're taking away the heart of the show. And then my family is crumbling too. Like, I have issues.
Simon preached.
I really just have issues right now, and this is not helping. You're folding. What happened to Lou? What happened to the Crusader for the show? Where is he at? Because I don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if anybody's going to change something, it's going to be Simon.
Do you think that Macius is still gonna show up to the play?
Yes.
He has to. I mean, he's leaving soon. We don't
It's a finale,
know.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if anyone
Season
isn't
1
gonna
finale.
show up to the play, who is not showing up to the play? Because we have Coach, we have Gwen's mom, we have Lilette's mom. Like, can you imagine all the parents being there? Like, what happens if Gwen's mom, Coach, Lilette's mom are there at the
Yikes.
same time? Like, what kind of drama is
That's
gonna
an
go
episode
down?
of itself.
Yeah.
I feel if Simon's
Simon's parents.
if Simon's dad shows up and then Simon does what he's going to do, he's going to walk out like during the show like and not give
They're gonna
anything about it.
So you don't think there's a single person who's not gonna show up to the play?
I feel like I can't think of anybody who wouldn't be there. That's what the tough part is. Like, I can't
Me
imagine
either.
anybody not being there.
Okay, so we all agree that everyone who
Unless it's like
was
some
meant to be there should be there and will be there.
unless it's like some actor in it,
Like minor character.
yeah, isn't there and they have to like find a fill-in.
Oh.
That's where Gordy comes in.
Oh, and Jordan comes in.
Yes, actually. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if on opening night any of the characters are gonna be gone or like
Ooh.
anything like that's gonna happen.
Now I'm gonna be thinking.
Do you think Macius's mom is gonna come to the play?
That would
Maybe.
be interesting. I just want her
Yes.
and Gail to meet. Like, I really do. I don't know
Yeah.
why I want it so badly, but I just want
So it can be-
Gail and Macius's mom to meet, and I just want to have a meeting of the minds
Yeah.
and just to see what's up.
That would be a
Yeah.
really beautiful reunion. And what about the football players?
They might. I mean,
The whole school.
They won you. He won you a game. So I mean, he got you to playoffs. Come show up.
So everyone's showing up. Reactions predominantly good, other than the parents.
If they do it the way the show is meant to be,
then yes.
Yes,
we know that's not gonna
be moved. Like I feel like if they do it, we don't. But if they do it the way the show is meant, there won't be a dry eye in the house.
There won't be a second night or a third night of that play. That's why they might do it the last.
But personally, if you're gonna go out in flames, do it big or don't do it at all.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They'll do the pirate show the next night.
Any other predictions, by the way? Anything else?
I think that covers it for me.
Okay, let us know your predictions in the comment section below. We want to hear from you. What do you think is going to happen in next week's episode? Do you think the play is going to go well? And do you think they're going to stick to the original script? Let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to YouTube and subscribe to AfterBuzz TV Dramas. And also follow AfterBuzz TV on Instagram and Twitter at AfterBuzz TV, because that way you can find a bunch of cool content, see what our hosts are up to, see what kind of shows we're producing, and share your thoughts about your opinions on your favorite TV shows, because we definitely like to engage with you on social platforms. And before we leave, what are your final thoughts?
One of my favorite episodes.
Okay, very cool. What about you? Was it up there?
It actually was. I loved everything about this episode. Obviously I have things I didn't like, but overall, as an episode goes, like, before finale, it was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it. I definitely thought it was great. It tied everything up. The one thing that I noticed is nothing new was introduced, but we did get a lot of answers to things that we wanted to know. So that's good. They stopped reintroducing new problems. But yeah, with that being said, we're so excited and looking forward to next week's episode. Taylor Gates is going to be returning with us, and so is Justin Yang, who you can find on Insta at It's Your Boy Jay Yang. And where can the lovely people find you, Becca?
You all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV and hashtag Renew Rise.
Yes.
Renew Rise. There it is. I have phonetics correctly. Okay. Hey guys, you can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Deception. We have one of the writers joining us. Figure out who it is. Tune in at 8 p.m.
Awesome. Sounds cool. And hey, I'm your host, Mina Wahab. You can find me on Instagram at Mina Makes Magic. And also catch me on this cool new National Geographic show called Genius Picasso. We go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So make sure, or every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So make sure to find us there.
Bye guys.
See ya.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.